Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, T-A-M-M-Y, for a special discount.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
It's Friday. You made it. You did such a good job. You made it. It is a drizzly, overcast, cold day here in northern Colorado. And my daddy cats are not happy because they are outside the barn and they're wet and they're miserable. And when I came down this morning, they were whining at the door. So everyone's a little moody here at 1890 Homestead. I hope you have sunshine wherever you are and you're enjoying the spring weather. I'm hoping ours will return over the weekend. Let me tell you, I'm hoping. I'm so anxious for spring and sunshine, as I know. Well, maybe not in the UK. I guess they're not, because apparently they're going to dim the sun over there. Oh my gosh. What is this, right? What is this world we're living in? I hear that they are going to dim the sun in Britain. And I immediately thought, when I saw someone tweet that, I was like, wait a minute. We only have one sun, right? I know everything's up for scrutiny right now and we can debate about just about anything. But as far as I know, we only have one sun. So I'm not sure how they're going to be just, dimming the sun in Britain. I suppose it's some kind of weird net-like cloud cover or something. I don't know, you guys. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Just leave things alone, for goodness sakes, right? Nature can take care of itself. What else is in the news today? So much. One of the top stories I want to bring up to you today, I think, is very important because we talk a lot about culture shaping here on Naturally Inspired, and that's purposeful because the media, our movies, key people, influencers now on social media, they're the ones shaping culture. We have kind of given over our agency in America to these influential types of agencies, whether they be government agencies or arts and culture, like music and celebrities, or now influencers on social media. And what I like to promote is personal responsibility for shaping culture in America. And so this clip I have for you today, you probably know by now for me just setting it up here, what this clip is. This is George Clooney. Looking a little weird, I might add, too. I mean, if you're going to put yourself out there, then, we're all subject to criticism. I get criticized all the time. He can take it. But he is looking a little weird. You know what I mean? Tell me if you notice it. This is George Clooney in an interview, actually talking about Megyn Kelly. Take a listen.
You see Megyn Kelly, she's who's come out and said, I'm not a journalist. I didn't say I was a journalist.
Neither is she, by the way. Anyway.
But I'm not quite sure what she's done. I've at least been to, Darfur and Sudan and the Congo and been shot at and to try to get stories out. I'm not quite sure what she has done to be a journalist.
He's not quite sure what she's done to be a journalist. Of course, that is a tactic there, right, to downplay Megyn Kelly. But, well, first of all, let's just get the obvious out of the way. Is he selling Hair Club for Men now? Is it just me, or does it look like he just painted on some hair dye? And I don't know. Maybe he's playing a character. Hopefully, he's got a character in a movie that he's playing right now. But some other things I noticed is his body language. His body language is his arms folded right across his chest, right? So he's got an attitude. A little bit, talking about this, I don't know what she's done. I've been to the Sudan and been shot at. And so, that, of course, just to get stories out. I don't know what she's done. I don't know. Megyn Kelly's had a show for a long time. She has contributed to the national conversation. She's perfectly within her rights to share her opinions. She's a citizen here, and she can do whatever she wants. This tactic is very important that you understand what this is. This is like a snobbery of sorts, and it's a weapon used to shut you up. I've encountered it myself. People have said to me before, "Oh, you're a podcaster? Oh, yeah, you have a podcast? Oh, yeah." Quite a saturated market, isn't it? Oh, it's really hard to be a podcaster, isn't it? No, actually, it's not hard for me. You know why? Because it's not about my podcast. It's about my message, right? I actually don't know what else to do because I have this message that I know I have to talk about every day. I have to. I can't sit back and watch people take poison, subject their children to poisonous foods, all while knowing what I know. I can't do it. See, for me, it's not about the show. It's not about the podcast. It's about getting the information out. And so I would assume that's probably what it's about for Megyn Kelly too, because, preparing for a show every day isn't easy. Taking the hits from all the, peanut gallery isn't easy. So you have to have a really strong reason for putting yourself out here. And I'm sure Megyn does. I think it's probably because, first of all, she's been very outspoken about women's rights, right? And men infringing into women's sports. She has children. And when you have children, it just makes it makes you want to do more for the future. It makes you to want to be a contributor for the future because one day you're not going to be here and your kids are left with whatever you've contributed to in society. So I'm sure she wants to do that as well, make an impact for her own children. George Clooney, I don't think he has kids, right? I think he got married as a late bachelor, and I don't think kids are really their jam. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it seems like kids would be a secondary thought to someone like George Clooney. So make no mistake about it. The reason why people say things like that to you is because, or say things like that to Megyn Kelly is because they want to tell you you can't do something because of two reasons. One, they want to push your voice out of the conversation. They want to push you out of the conversation. They want to demoralize you and say, well, you're not good enough and you shouldn't be doing that. They want to push you out of the conversation. Or the other reason is they want to justify why they aren't adding their voice to the conversation because they're fearful. They're fearful of all the backlash that comes at you when you do speak out. And that's what George Clooney is doing here. That's what he's doing. He's trying to demoralize her. He's trying to say, oh, I have all this experience. I'm not quite sure what you do, right? I would not be surprised, and here I'm going to go ahead and get my tinfoil hat on again. But I would not be surprised to learn that George Clooney wasn't a CIA asset or some kind of asset for the globalist regime. Yeah. Probably on the CAA roster, I would assume. I don't know. I haven't looked for George Clooney, but have you ever been on the CAA roster? It's very interesting. You can't find a single COVID dissenter on there. Isn't that amazing? Their roster is so long. And, there might be one. There might be one COVID dissenter on there. I'll let you look at that. But it's very interesting because all of these people represented by CAA have large voices in culture shaping, I would say. And they just so happen to all kind of carry the same message. It's interesting. If I had to guess, I would say that there would be some sort of link between, say, our intelligence agencies and this creative arts agency. Just a guess. Speculation. I got no proof of that. I'm just saying. I think that, if I really wanted to shape culture and I had a lot of power and, I would think, well, propaganda works. We need some actors to do propaganda. I would think they would kind of mesh together and form a powerful force in shaping culture. That's just me, though. I don't know. Wonder what you think. You're watching Naturally Inspired Radio. You're also listening to. I'm so glad you joined me today. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia, and we'll be right back.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Did you know that 60% of American adults live with at least one chronic disease? At Inside Health, they take the mystery out of wellness with extensive testing and customized lifestyle plans, all from the comfort of your home.
I've struggled with low energy and digestive issues for years, and no doctor could give me real answers. Working with Inside Health was a game changer.
As a mom, I'm always putting my family's health first, but I was neglecting my own. Inside Health changed that. I started feeling better almost immediately.
Inside Health services help you and your family achieve whole body health with non-invasive personalized care. They listen to your concerns and health goals. They will pinpoint areas where your body needs support. They will create a simple, actionable plan just for you. Call them today, 970-685-8060, or visit insidehealth.com.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints, and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
Order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, TAMMY, for a
Thank you so much for tuning in to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, get you informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. That is what we're doing here at Naturally Inspired Radio. If you love Naturally Inspired Radio, you can watch it 24/7. Did you know? We've launched Naturally Inspired Radio 24/7, streaming live on Rumble, around the clock. So catch our latest episode shortly after this episode ends. Jason goes ahead and puts it on the Rumble channel, and you can catch it in its entirety there. So sign up. Please subscribe. We're getting thousands of views on the show, and people are forgetting to subscribe. I know you're just forgetting. So if you go back, just make sure you hit the little subscribe bell or whatever that little thing is on Rumble. We'd be so grateful for your support. Of course, it's all about connecting people to real solutions for health, so we can make a real positive change in healthcare in our country. Okay, last thing I'm going to say about the whole celebrity elitist type of thing is that's how bad things are able to happen. You know, there are certain tactics that are used in order to silence people's grievances or, the questions that they have about things that are going on. So, we have to be more concerned with the pursuit of truth and honesty and what's right than we are about what people think about us. We have to be. Because if we're not, we'll allow ourselves to be silenced. We'll allow ourselves to be led by experts who may not have our best interest in mind. So who cares? Who cares? You feel a little embarrassed, maybe asked a question that you didn't know who cares? Your intent is what matters. And your intent is to get to the truth, right? Have the conversations, make sure that all sides of the argument are understood. And we have to make sure people aren't fearful about speaking out. And shame on George Clooney for doing that. It's such a snobby, weird pattern that's going on with elites today. And I'm seeing it from people, who are even conservatives, that have been kind of against what happened during COVID, but they still, I think, because of their egos, because everyone has got an ego, but when you have a lot of success and, you become an expert from the things that you've learned, your ego can get bigger, I'm sure. And I think they really want to hang on to that expert title. And so I see a pattern with these, super popular people where they're really clinging to their expert title and they don't want that to go away. And so, or their positioning to go away in George Clooney's case. And it's just not that way anymore because, we got the internets. We got the internets. And the internet means everybody has access to information. Yeah, you could totally, you can learn a lot, right? If you dedicate yourself, especially to one topic, and you just start, reading about it and absorbing it, and your curiosity takes you, and you just start absorbing and learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. Guess what? You too can learn a lot. So because the information is now no longer under lock and key, right? You don't have to be an Ivy League money type of person to go learn about things that you're interested in anymore. The experts are getting a little frightened. And so they want to flex their expertness on you. Like, I don't know what you know, but I've been there. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you've been there. I don't care what school you went to. I don't care. I care about your results, and I care about the results that people are getting in my community. That's what I care about. And if they're not getting good results, why would I listen to you? Not with all this information here. And so I guess my question to our audience and to everybody really is, are you ready for that kind of responsibility? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I still see people that are scared to take personal responsibility of their health, right? They want to give that agency over to an expert. And what I've been talking about for years now is that what qualifies the expert? Because the system is corrupt. It ain't on the up and up. It's not all the truth here. There are other things. So as a society, we're going to have to start getting more comfortable with taking personal responsibility. Now, you can develop relationships with people who have experience, and I value people who have experience. Don't get me wrong. There's experienced people with authority, and I value that very much. But this whole title of I've been here and I've done that, and, that makes me, you haven't even been there. Who cares? I can read about it online. I mean, I could dedicate 12 hours to just, solid sources, solid studies, solid information, and I can learn a ton. So don't let them do that to you. Don't let them shake your confidence with their tactics. Their old tactics. We're living in a new era now. Remember, I'm taking that from Dr. Joe Ladapo down in Florida when he was defending the rights of parents down in Florida this week. Hey, doctors, we're living in a new era now. We are. And you can thank your experts and your agencies for that, because they pushed a little too hard. And now we most certainly are living in a different era, especially when it comes to healthcare. Okay, one of the stories I want to cover today before we go to break, I know we got to go to break here in just a few minutes, but I want to get this clip out there because it's, I'm going to give you a warning. It's a little hard to watch. I actually had like a visceral reaction to watching this clip because my brain, my mama brain was, it just didn't make sense. And I saw a lot of things wrong here. So I got to share it with you because we got to talk about it. So here it is. This is some famous influencer TikToks sharing their baby's first birthday. Take a listen and a watch.
Wow. Kyle, you want to sit on my shoulder? Oh my gosh, you're so tall. You want to sit on my shoulder? Wow. No. Kyle, look at all your balloons. Do you love it? Do you love it? Come on, let's go look in here. Wow. What a berry wonderland. Look at this place. Look at this. So beautiful. Look. Aunt Courtney is so talented. Kyle, do you want to sit on your throne? Ready? This has your name on it. Okay, ready? Sit right here. Sit right here. Here's your ball. Ball. Dylan, here's your ball. Distract him. No, put it in his hand.
Well, they're melting.
Ball. Kyle. Okay, ready? Let her take a picture or a video. Ready?
Okay. Lots to unpack there. So first of all, these are what they're calling now designer babies. So there's a whole industry, and it's not healthcare, okay? This is about money. There's a whole industry for surrogacy. There's a whole thing a-brewing, and unfortunately, this is a coveted achievement for couples like this to be able to achieve surrogacy and buy themselves a couple of babies. Yeah, buy themselves a couple of babies. And, regardless of what you think of their lifestyle or whatever, let's just keep that over to the side for the moment. I'm talking about the health aspect of this. I'm talking about what this means to humanity, to be able to buy yourself a couple of babies, that impact on these children also. First of all, let's just I don't know who the women are that are doing the surrogacy, but I think morally there needs to be some inner reflection. What are you doing here? Because looking further into this practice, there are agreements, very strict agreements when you enter into an agreement for surrogacy. Some of the components of the agreements, and I'm sure they're different for whatever deals you discuss and work out between the two parties. But some of these deals require that the biological mother not lay a finger on the baby when it's birthed. Talk about going against nature, right? What could go wrong here? Let's talk about it when we come back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. I'm so glad you're here.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Oh yeah, what a night.
Six in 10 Americans believe the health system is broken. Do you agree? Do you want better answers? Looking for real health solutions you can trust? Get the Backstage Pass. Get the Naturally Inspired Backstage Pass. You'll get uncensored expert interviews, deep dive conversations, and a supportive community. You can go bronze, silver, or gold, so you can pick your path. If you go silver or gold right now, you will receive a 15 serving free of Good Brew. And it's our go-to product for gut health. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com and click the Backstage Pass graphic. Become part of the community today. You'll be so glad that you did. All right, so let's get back to unpacking this absolute insanity. Couple things I want to say. First, this is all leading to transhumanism. This acceptance of the non-biological, natural family unit is all leading to transhumanism. It's detaching the human component of making a baby. It's the transfer over to relying on machines or relying on science to create life. because you don't need a man and a woman to make a baby anymore. That's antiquated. Plus, feminism. You don't want to ruin your body. I just watched a TikTok about this yesterday. Got sucked down the scroll hole of a woman saying, I'm never having kids. I don't want to ruin my body. I mean, my sister's going to have kids. I think I'll be fine being an auntie. Oh, let's revisit her when she's 40. Because you cannot deny nature. You can't deny nature. And inevitably what we're seeing, and not everybody, and I'm not judging anybody. If you don't want to have kids, don't have kids. It's totally fine. Who cares? That's your decision. I'm not saying everybody should, but I'm saying don't try to talk yourself out of your natural instincts. Because if you're trying to talk yourself out of it, you're probably going to end up in a car filming a selfie on TikTok crying because you're alone and have no babies. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right? I mean, that's what's happening. So that's what this is. It is an attempt to culture shape, right? Let me just say something about motherhood first to kind of preface this. I can barely describe motherhood because it is magical. It is magical, and it was that way for me. When I had my kids, I as when they were babies, I felt a vibrational connection to them just instantly. Like this little baby is pretty much part of me. When they're new babies, they're pretty much a part of you. It's instinctual, right? You connect to them on a vibrational level. And there's physical proof of that. I experienced it myself when I was nursing my babies. If the baby cried, oh, I felt it. Let me just tell you that. I felt it. We were connected. And even when I was away, I remember being away from my son the first time and calling my mom to check on him. And I was experiencing some fullness in my chest and some leaking in my chest when we were out for dinner, the very first time we ever left him with my mom. And I called to check on him. He was crying. And so that was really interesting. That connection, that vibration is physiological. And when I watch these two men interact with these babies, it's unnatural. It seems like an act. That's, I think, what was my visceral reaction to it was this is a theatrical show. He picks the baby up and is looking into the camera, checking his own hair. Hi, this is my award. This is my trophy. Look at all this, lavish things we have for you here. Look at us. And there's two babies, one for each. And these men are histrionic. They're histrionic because they're all done up. I mean, he's in silver lame, right? I mean, you don't get much more histrionic than wearing a shiny suit. And all this is for attention. So my concern is that I'm concerned that the natural progression of being a selfless person that happens when you become a parent, you really understand being selfless when you become a mother and a father. It's just, I struggle to articulate it, but you don't think about yourself nearly as much once you have kids. It's just not the way our brains are wired. And it's clear to me just by this parade that these men have, this is almost like an accessory to them having these babies. And I don't know that that's going to last. And then what? I think the only thing that will keep them from, getting bored with these babies is hopefully the law. hopefully the law will keep them from, losing interest or, because they're going to grow up and they're not as cute. You can't hold them like a trophy when they grow up. And we just have hit, different levels of narcissism and attention getting, different levels. And I'm really, really concerned about the designer baby thing and the fact that, healthcare supports it because it's a moneymaker. It's an industry, just like abortion. Regardless of what you feel about the women's rights issue, okay? Abortion itself is a massive industry. It's a massive industry. They make makeup products from it. They do science, research, all that stuff. It makes money. This is why they don't want to let it go. They veil it in women's rights to get people emotional about it so that you'll fight for their corporate cause. Make no mistake about it. That's what surrogacy is as well. They're going to fight for the rights of people, gay people, because they deserve it. And in reality, money, people, it's money. I mean, the emotional impact on the children, we have no idea, right? We have no idea. We know abandonment is huge in childhood trauma, right? We know abandonment is a real wound that people have to work through as an adult to be able to heal so that they can function healthy in relationships themselves. We know that. We know that, right? And you're essentially, brewing a baby in a stranger's womb and then, taking it away from that womb and never to be seen again and into this unnatural setting. I mean, I just think we're foolish if we don't think that there's going to be any consequences to that. You cannot mess with Mother Nature. I don't know how far we're going to go before we really understand that there are severe consequences to this. And there's a reason why you have a man and a wife, right? Man and wife to make a baby. There's a reason for that. And I don't know what the answer is. Again, I'm not the moral authority here. I'm just expressing that this feels wrong. It feels like the babies are going to suffer the brunt of the consequences here. And I don't know what it means for, designer babies. I don't know what it means when you tie in transhumanism and eugenics. I do know that this is the mechanism they're using now to sell you this model. They're selling you this model. I mean, how much power do you have if you control how people procreate? A lot, right? Oh, no, you have a bad social credit score. You're not eligible to apply for a baby. Sorry, our pods are all full. You didn't qualify for a baby. I mean, this is where we're headed, people. This is where we're headed. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about biotech, your pets, and our health topic. Stay tuned, everybody.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. amazing products, and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the simple radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Most people try 3 to 5 health solutions before they find the one that actually sticks for them. Are you ready for something that actually works with support? Are you looking for a weekly reset to build lasting change? This is why we have created Naturally Inspired weekly coaching cohorts. We have 4. So we have Raise Resilient Kids, Naturally, Reset Your Life, Rebuild Your Body, Healing After the Storm, and our Gut Revival. I'm looking for 3 more people for the Gut Revival. I know a lot of you. I've expanded it a little bit, and I have 3 more slots available. So I know a lot of you are dealing with skin issues. You're dealing with gastrointestinal issues. This is the track for you. This is the class for you. So text me, because spots are going to be limited. I was able to open it up a little bit more, but 720-303-8868, 720-303-8868. Text me waitlist and which track you are interested in, and I will be happy to send you the link when we have it ready to go live so you can get signed up immediately. Now's the time. Now is the time. Take back control over your health. Get plugged into Naturally Inspired coaching. For today's Naturally Inspired moment, I want to talk about the nervous system. The more I learned about health and wellness, the more I could see that mastering your nervous system is crucial to your overall health and your success. Nervous system mastery is something that you have to practice, and you only practice with real world experience. So if you are dealing, we were talking about this with Dr. Lauren the other day, if you find yourself in a state where you're not dealing with stress like you used to, maybe, carb goes out in front of you and you have that adrenaline response, and it takes you a while, too long, to get back to a relaxed, neutral spot. That's a sign that you need to work on your nervous system, right? I look at it, it's like a bucket, a stress bucket. And if your stress bucket is overflowing, the first signal you're going to get is from your nervous system, this inability to kind of cope with stresses in your life. You feel it in your body. So what do you do, right? How do you start to master your nervous system? Well, I have 7 strategies for you today to start putting into practice so that you can start being able to master your nervous system. Number 1, when you're interacting with people and communicating with people, be on a quest. Don't be on a mission. Be on a quest. That means ask questions. Okay. When you're interacting with someone, too often we will think about what we're going to say. We want to respond correctly. We react, because we're just in our own heads. And I'm saying let go of that. And instead of trying to be on a mission, getting the outcome you want in every situation, be on a quest. Question. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. So that will help give you some time and some mastery over your nervous system. The second thing is the first thing out of your mouth when you're communicating with people or you have something happen to you should be a breath. It should be a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That immediately resets your nervous system. That's the quickest, fastest way to reset your nervous system and get it ready for the next action. So the first thing out of your mouth, deep breath. 3, wait. You can wait. Silence is a tool. Yeah, so you don't actually have to respond to whatever's happened right now. You don't, unless it's an emergency situation, right? But we've gotten into a habit of thinking that we must react right now, fast, fast, fast. And that does nothing for the mastery of your nervous system. It actually deregulates your nervous system when you think that you must react in a split second. So silence is a tool. The next one is if you have to have a hard conversation with somebody, and you're dreading it, when you begin the conversation, give the conversation a title. Start the conversation with a warning. This may be tough to hear, but, this may be tough to hear, and I want to tell you this. I want to have this tough conversation with you because I don't want you to have to experience the same kind of pain that I have, right? You tell them, this is going to be a tough conversation. However, I'm doing it because I want better outcomes for you. That sets the tone and allows you to be in more control of your nervous system. You don't let your emotions run away from you if you've prefaced the conversation with something like that. The next one is conversations do not need to be a tennis match. We are constantly, thinking that when someone says something to us, we have to respond with something, and it's back and forth, and it has to go quickly. It doesn't. It's not a tennis match. It's perfectly okay to say, I don't really have an opinion on that. I know that the social media sphere and, the influencer sphere, it's like you must have an opinion on everything. And how about it's totally okay if I don't have an opinion on something? Like maybe it's none of my business. And I don't have an opinion on it. And it is so okay to say that. You don't have to play tennis with somebody in a conversation. You can just say, oh, yeah, I don't have an opinion on that. I don't know what I think about that. Take a breath, right? Reset the nervous system. The last one is save your outrage for when it's warranted. So a lot of people walking around today are at a 10 already in terms of intensity. You know, who knows what's happened to them, but there's a lot of things going on in the world, and it's a fast-paced world. I mean, most people's attention spans now are so short. They're a couple of minutes. And what this does is it just wires our brain for one hit after the other of dopamine, right? When's the next thing coming? When's the next thing coming? When's the next thing coming? To the point where now we are getting uncomfortable sitting with ourselves without inputs. Inputs like screens, inputs like conversations, inputs like phone calls, inputs like, you know, whatever's on the screen at the gas station. It's like our brains are only comfortable when there's input coming at it. But the problem with that is it's running our nervous systems down to the point where we're running on 10 all the time. And it's not good to be running on 10 all the time. It's taxing to your physical body. You're constantly being in fight or flight. We see people with elevated cortisol levels. That means, you know, they carry extra weight around their middle, visceral fat. That's a bad place to be when it comes to heart health. But this is all because we're living in this constant intensity of 10. So save your outrage. There are definitely times to be outraged. A lot of things going on in the world that are, you know, it's an injustice, to say the least, about some of the things that are going on in the world. Save your outrage for those things, right? I mean, I've had to learn this just living with teenagers, right? They don't pick up after themselves, right? They don't pick up after themselves. They leave stuff out. They're forgetful. You know, you can get to outrage pretty quick if you're living with teenagers. But that's not a healthy place to be constantly. So you have to really stop and put things in perspective in order to master your nervous system. And why do you want to master your nervous system? Let me tell you, it's the key to your health and it's the key to your success, because our relationships, especially in business, determine our success and the outcomes we want. So if you're running on a low fuel nervous system, it's going to tax every area of your life. It's worth it. Be mindful of these things. Start practicing them. Integrate them. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. I can't believe the first hour is gone already. I still have an hour with you, so stay tuned. When we come back, we have a health topic. We have more news stories. You're not going to want to miss it.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints, and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, T-A-M-M-Y, for a special discount.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, Dive into long-form podcast conversations and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Many common pet issues like itching, gas, fatigue, they start in the gut, just like humans. So if you want a happier, more energetic pet, you should look for food and treats that nourish and not just fill up your pet. Shop our naturally inspired collection of pet health products, delicious, clean, and vet approved. Orders over $49 ship free. You can go to naturallyinspiredstore.com, where real health includes your pets too. Of course, if you're a pet lover, you know how important it is to get good nutrition into your pet. And my next story actually covers this. From Children's Health Defense, they had a holistic vet on recently on CHD TV. Dr. Judy Jessic is talking about cancer in pets. And you've heard me say it here before. It is something that's also skyrocketing. And it really is, in my opinion, because of the super processed foods that we're feeding our pets and the things we're injecting into our pets, as Dr. Judy talks of in this clip. Let's cue that up and have a listen.
Used to be cancer was always an old age disease in pets. I'm now seeing it, particularly dogs, being diagnosed at like 1 to 3 years. And I do think that has a lot to do with the vaccines. You know, they're using mRNA technology in animal vaccines, and we know they're not testing this stuff. The test is same. It's the same as on the human side. You know, remember, veterinary medicine is just a branch of the same big pharmaceutical companies that are doing their shenanigans with people. It's the same in vet med, and probably worse, because I think we even have less knowledge about what's going into these vaccines. But I do know, because I've seen ads, they're saying, well, they're coming out with mRNA technology. Well, at the same time, we're seeing the cancer rates go up in pets and younger pets. And I'm sure that's due to toxicity in the vaccine. So I'd say the level, the amount of disease and the severity of disease is definitely on the increase.
When I talked to Kristen from Pet 247, I've had her on the radio show to talk about this. This was the reason why she became a part of Pet 247. Because she saw that people were losing their pets earlier, you know, and I totally agree with that. When I was a kid, I remember people's dogs and cats. I mean, my grandma had a dog, I think or a cat rather, that lived 19 years or something like that. And it wasn't uncommon at that time. And dogs, you know, would live 12, 13, 14 years, very healthy. Maybe the last couple of years of their life, you'd see them start to wind down, so to speak, with sore hips and whatnot. But not these dogs now that are, 3 years old and dying of cancer, 2 years old and dying of cancer, as she describes, 5 years now. And you're having to put your dog down because of issues like cancer and whatnot. And I can't help but think there's a correlation, the same as in humans. The same thing. We have this super processed diet, and the way we're growing. I mean, dog food, it's largely made up of fillers, the super processed stuff, right? Where we've got these huge crops in America that are corn and soy based. We're spraying it with glyphosate. We're using GMO seed. We're killing our soils. The dogs are eating the same stuff, and the pets are eating the same stuff. And so, yeah, it makes sense that this would happen. And then they're injecting them as well with the poisons. And, it's just, it seems so obvious because you can see the patterns all over the place. And yet there's such a slow response to this, such a slow response, because I think our brains are so used to connecting things immediately, right? Like, oh, okay, so we know that, if you hit yourself in the head with a bat, you're going to have an injury. And, oh, okay, we know that the bat caused the injury. But when it comes to food and medication, it's a much slower process, right? And so we don't correlate it to those things as being the cause. And the medical model has this other thing that's just called idiopathic, right? We don't know why this happens. And we accept that as a reason. We don't know why this happens. It's idiopathic. We don't know. So just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm here to say, try something else, right? We have a fantastic line of pet foods. And Kristen, who is, vice president over there, she has a mission to get your pets healthier and get better nutrition into your pets, and ultimately, get better outcomes when it comes to longevity with your pets. Of course, these products contain the mushrooms. And if you don't know anything about mushrooms, I'm happy to send you the studies on some of these mushrooms. Mushrooms like Corialis versicolor, turkey tail, reishi mushrooms. These mushrooms are being used in other countries. Like, they're a known thing in other countries, especially like Japan. And so there's tons of studies on the NIH website about mushrooms and their medicinal power. However, that kind of stuff seems to get squashed here in America. It's interesting, right? Because other countries know this stuff. It's like common knowledge. But somehow here in America, these medicinal types of plants and whatnot, we don't get access to them. And they're more and more being censored online. And, not to be conspiratorial, but it would make sense to me, that companies that are all kind of intertwined, right, within BlackRock, Vanguard, food companies, pharma companies, insurance companies, they're all intertwined now. They're all intertwined. And so it would make sense to me why these platforms who rely on a lot of their advertising dollars and are even intertwined with them within the BlackRocks and Vanguards, they don't allow that type of information. I know, I think I'm on my 6th TikTok account. I just keep throwing it back up, who cares? I get taken down and I'm okay, I'll just try again. And they let me back on again, but now they got me under real surveillance. You see, every time I post a clip, it has to go under review before it will actually populate to my feed. So I think that's kind of funny. But I try to send, I'm so I don't even know what to say. I have no filter, I guess, because when it comes to this stuff, because I don't even realize that I'm saying bad things. And one of the latest clips I got taken down for on TikTok was about mushrooms. It was about mushrooms. It was about the medicinal stuff, medicinal power of mushrooms. And boop, oh, that's gone. You're out of here, lady. You're out again. 6, 7 times. I think it's my 6th account. And I think I'm approaching a whopping 100 followers at this point. I just started it last week. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? As long as I can get this message out to you, somehow I'm going to keep trying. But yeah, really interesting stuff about the mushrooms. So make sure you look into that. Like I said, I have resources. If you want the mushroom studies, I've got a slew of them, and I'm happy to send them over to you. But even our pets are not safe, everybody. Even our pets are not safe. So, that's pretty disturbing. That's for sure. The next story I want to cover is about the biotech race. So, we've been talking a lot about the slow wheels of justice, right? The slow wheels of justice that can't move fast enough when it comes to COVID, when it comes to the injustices of the shots and, these characters like Fauci and all the rest of them now. Did you know there's a whole lab leak document on the White House website? Yeah, it reveals all of this. Just feels like nobody cares. I gotta believe something's coming soon. But anyway, I want to talk about biotech and why we can't just walk away from technology, artificial intelligence, biotech, our health and technology intertwined now. You ain't separating them. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Did you know that 60% of American adults live with at least one chronic disease? At Inside Health, they take the mystery out of wellness with extensive testing and customized lifestyle plans, all from the comfort of your home.
I've struggled with low energy and digestive issues for years, and no doctor could give me real answers. Working with Inside Health was a game changer.
As a mom, I'm always putting my family's health first, but I was neglecting my own. Inside Health changed that. I started feeling better almost immediately.
Inside Health services help you and your family achieve whole body health with non-invasive personalized care. They listen to your concerns and health goals. They will pinpoint areas where your body needs support. They will create a simple, actionable plan just for you. Call them today, 970-685-8060, or visit insidehealth.com.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints, and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
Order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, TAMMY, for a special.
It's estimated that Americans spend more than 11 billion a year on vitamins, but many don't absorb well or work at all. So if you want targeted nutrition that's actually effective, if you're looking for expert, I don't like that word expert. I'm going to start experienced is what I'm going to say. Looking for experienced, approved products and not guesswork. From supplements and essential oils to grass-fed beef and wellness practitioners, you'll find it all at Naturally Inspired Store. So head on over there. We're going to be adding a whole new line too, because as you know, our trusted line Modere was a victim of private equity. And boom, bango, gone overnight. No warning to anybody. Just crazy. So sad because I love their products. They're awesome. And they were all over my house because I love them and they work great. And I was recommending them to you as well. And we are going to be seeing a lot of businesses that just disappear in the next coming months and maybe even a couple of years because of the nature of private equity, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm on the search for a new line to recommend because it's very important that you supplement. If your doctor is telling you, if anybody is telling you that don't supplement, it's just expensive urine, run, because our food is not the kind of nutrient-dense food that we had decades and decades ago. It just isn't. You cannot get your nutrition fully from our food supply. I hope one day that we can. But you know what? There's always going to be a need to supplement for your special, what I call special sauces, because of your genetics, because of just how your body runs as an individual specimen. I call it the secret sauce. I'm a magnesium girl. And vitamin Bs. I need my vitamin B complex. I need my magnesium. And I eat very clean and very nutrient dense. It's not enough. It is not enough. I have to supplement. If I do not take my vitamin B's complex, I feel it within 2 or 3 days. Oh my gosh, I forgot to take it. I got to go take it right away. That's how, and same with my magnesium. I have been, needing extra magnesium for years now. And that's just how I've come to know myself. I know what I need. So you need supplements. And what better thing for me to partner with a company that brings you that and you're able to get what you need and support this message. So yes, I'm on the search for a quality line of products and I'll be bringing them to you soon, happily, because I want to be able to help you curate a lifestyle that you love and that brings you the results that you want, which is optimum health. So travel on over there to naturallyinspiredstore.com. Experience real results with wonderful, wonderful products. Okay, let's get back to the whole biotech thing. It just annoys me that, we don't even have healthcare anymore. We have biotech, right? All the big wigs, all the big tech people, Silicon Valley people, they knew that it was going this way for a long time now, and they have merged the two into biotech. That's what it is. And we're going to see more and more of it. We're going to see nothing but telemedicine. Hospitals, I believe, will downsize into very small, specific, specialty type operating rooms. Most of your medicine and healthcare will be done virtually. And that's just the way the model is going. Every sign in sight points to that. So this article was written by somebody named Dov Zakheim. He's an opinion contributor and I believe a member of government, a lawmaker. America can't afford to fall behind China in the race for biotech dominance. This is an article in The Hill, and I don't believe it got much coverage. I don't believe it did, but it should, because earlier this week, the congressionally mandated National Security Commission on Emerging Biotechnology released its major report titled "Charting the Future of Biotechnology." The bipartisan commission on which this author serves as a commissioner, although the views here are his own, he asserts in no uncertain terms that biotechnology represents the next transformative leap for human potential. This is why I say we are in the middle of a digital revolution. Digital, the word doesn't even cover it, right? It's like changing humanity. Biotechnology in less than a decade, when mated with artificial intelligence, will have a transformative impact on defense, supply chains, agriculture, health, and computing, all areas that will affect our national security. And yet it is China, not the U.S., that has assigned top priority to biotechnology development for 2 decades. China's efforts pose a direct threat to America's national security. Beijing has harnessed both its government and civilian sectors in what it terms military-civil fusion to enable the People's Liberation Army to displace the U.S. military as the world's most dominant force. It has invested in gene editing, bionic robots, and biomanufacturing, all of which have military applications. I can remember, years ago listening to, I think it was Billy Crone. Who had a series on robots, on bionic robots and super soldiers. That's what it was called, super soldiers. And I thought, my Lord, this is crazy, but certainly it's happening, and I'm sure people would label him, oh, it's just a radical, evangelical Christian, but here we are, right? Here we are. China has already employed biotechnology for surveillance of its own people. Of course, with the Uyghur population, one of its scientists initially defrocked, but now back in his lab, modified the genes of babies to make them more resilient to infections. It is not a stretch from that effort to develop super soldiers. A clear Chinese objective, Chinese control of critical supply chains. The nation already dominates basic health products such as pain relievers, could enable it to blackmail either country simply by threatening to cut off supply. Doesn't seem like a good idea, right? To have other countries, no matter what country it is, to have other countries in charge of our pharmaceuticals or medications for pain, antibiotics, things of that nature. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. I mean, it just seems like common sense, but yet here, it's wild. This is what corruption will bring you, right? As long as you pay me personally as a politician, an American politician, then I can make this happen and I'll get all my cronies on board and we'll all vote for it. And here we are now. Who would have thought? Chinese control of critical supply chains. China could infiltrate agricultural food chains with devastating effects not only on America's military, but on our population as a whole. So this idea, right, because it's coming. I just saw something on X today about how the Canadian government came with full force RCMP to arrest a small egg farmer in Alberta. A small egg, just a dude selling his eggs. Yeah, 5 RCMP cop cars showed up to arrest this man. It is the most bizarre, you just feel like pinch me. Am I living in the real world? Because you can actually buy drugs out of a vending machine. And I don't mean like pot. I mean like heroin, methamphetamines, crack pipes. This is all available for purchase via the Canadian government these days. Safe injection sites. You thought safe injection sites were crazy. No. This government is making drugs accessible to drug addicts. What? Oh, yeah. But sell some eggs. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. Oh, la, 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 la. So it feels like you're in crazy town, doesn't it? So anyway, This is really important. So in order to ensure that America maintains a permanent lead over China in biotechnology, the report recommends that Congress authorize the Department of Energy to build a new web of biological data. I don't like the sound of that. A web of biological data? Me no likey. I don't know what that means, but we'll talk about it when we come back. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. Stay tuned, everybody. Be right back.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
I was on Red Pill Project last night, had a great conversation with Josh Reed and Gabe Doe from Good Brew. Gabe brought his friend on last night, a veteran who was experiencing pretty serious health issues. But Gabe's taken care of his friend, and they are looking for some fundraising. So they developed a deal. If you go to Good Brew today, you can mention that or give Gabe a call and mention that, you'd like to purchase. They have a special offer to help fundraise to get this veteran up to the care that you have to travel to get the care that he needs. Crazy story. And so anyway, that's the kind of people that we partner with. Those are the types of small businesses, that are out there just building a business and doing good things for others. And I'm so proud of all of our sponsors at Naturally Inspired Radio. We have Greska's Carbon 60. We have Good Brew, as I mentioned. We have Joint Restore Gummies with Prosper Wellness. I love those gummies. They save me. They save me from my workouts, let me tell you. Inside Health, of course, with Doctors David and Lauren Kalowski. Living Well Nutrition with Dr. Christy Hall. Can't wait. We got to get her on the schedule next week, Jason. We got to get Dr. Christy on. And Pumpkin Creek Ranch, of course, your source for clean, wonderful, delicious beef. So those are the types of people that we do business with. And we're here to work together as a community, to bring you real solutions for health. So visit naturallyinspiredradio.com today and check out all of our wonderful offerings. Okay, back to China, which is terrifying, really, when you think about it. Meh. At this point, I'm like, okay, whatever. Not that I want it to happen. I'm not saying that, but I'm just like, I've made peace. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And I'm not doing what I don't want to do. And that's where it is. You know what I mean? So you guys, you want to do the transhuman thing. You want to inject yourselves. Okay, well, go ahead. But I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. And that's where my peace has to be. Right. That's how the theme of this week shows has kind of been how to live happy and healthy through the digital revolution. And this is how you do it. You decide where you're going to draw the line in the sand. You decide, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'll be all right with that. I'm not going to be okay with this. But you declare what you're going to do and not do. And that's true freedom, right? That's what we're promised here. That's what we're promised here. This is the United States of America. That's what we're promised here. So I'm going to exercise my right to freedom. Now, if I get taken out doing that, well, I've come to terms with that. Honestly, I have. Because this is my line in the sand. And I have self-respect and I deserve freedom. That's my birthright. And that's how it is. So I don't lay awake at night anymore worrying about this stuff. I used to. Now I just pray for discernment and I pray for the protection and the hedge of protection from God over my children and over all of us that can see clearly what is happening here. I pray for our protection and I live. You got to move forward. So this web of biological data, because such a web would be widely available, it would be a boon to researchers as they pursue new biotechnology developments. At the same time, Congress should review existing export policies and provide an additional authorities that are needed to ensure China cannot obtain sensitive biological data from the U.S. What are they talking about? They have it. They have it. So, gosh, I really wish I could find that clip. Jason, this comes up all the time. You know which clip I'm talking about. I cannot find it. So early on, when I was doing the Naturally Inspired podcast and the daily, I came across a couple of doctors, a team of doctors. I think there was 3 of them. They were testifying in Congress, and it was on a YouTube video. And I think it had 200 views. And it was this team of doctors that were testifying to lawmakers saying, listen, China has our genome. They have it. Why are we sending our genome to China to build this database? China does not export their genome. They don't do it. They don't let other countries have access to their biological data. But somehow we do. We just send it right over there to China. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. I guess he doesn't know. They already got it. They already have our biological data. Which, I just have to say, everybody is freaking out on Bobby Kennedy that one time, when that clip was going viral where he was sitting at a dinner and he just point blank says, listen, there's bioweaponry. There's gene weaponry. They can develop bioweapons according to your genetic makeup. That just may, take you out. Oh, what's he talking about? That's anti-Semitic. That's crazy. That's not true. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely is. Been true for a long time, actually. Not new at all. So yeah, they have all our data. Map the genome. What a spectacular idea. So yeah. Anyway, this guy goes on to say, little of the foregoing is feasible unless America has a biotech literate government. You know, I remember years ago watching Mark Zuckerberg testify in committee hearings and whatnot. And, you know, some of these senators and stuff, they're like 80 years old. Nothing wrong with being 80. I'm not saying anything. But they have staffers that, you know, deal with their email. They have, it was Dr. Vecchio. Dr. Vecchio, you know, she was advocating for better health care for physicians and insurance and all that stuff. And she said, one of the things she said to me one time was, when I went to Washington, I could not believe that Washington, D.C. was run by children. And I was like, what? She goes, oh yeah, all their staffers, everybody you see, they are young, like 20-somethings. And then you have these old congressmen and senators, you know, they barely know how to open an email. And this is who Mark Zuckerberg and all these Silicon Valley people are going to testify in front of. They don't even know what's happening. And I think that's where a lot of the time where Elon's frustration was, right? They don't get it. And they're selling us out, and they don't even understand the severity of the sellout. Joe Biden. Right? I mean, but who's going to be impacted by that? It's us. It's us. So this report, anyway, recommends that Congress direct the Office of Personnel Management to provide workforce training in biotechnology across the interagency and also maximize the impact of domestic biotechnology workforce training programs. I think it's a little late. Sorry to say. It's a little late. We have OpenAI already. I mean, you are so late to the game at this point. Don't even know what to say about that. Don't even know what to say. Like I said, your peace comes from understanding that this is the times we live in. God put us here for a reason at this particular time, and make peace with that, you know. But with anything, the best thing we can do is understand our own values, our own principles, declare those, because when you're faced with decisions, it's a whole lot easier when you've already defined your values and your belief systems. You know what you're going to do. You know what you're going to do. And fortunately, the one weapon we have as a population is our numbers, right? Simple non-compliance is like, yeah, no, not doing it. That changes the marketplace pretty quickly when you can't get people to buy into what you're selling and doing. So that's my hope, that by spreading the information and understanding, you know, it is just a weird place to be when people discount nature. And it's certainly a pattern. And I have to remind you, you know, it's a pattern because darkness, evil cannot create. Evil cannot create. It steals and co-ops and hijacks creations, right? It cannot innovate. It can only destroy. And so you have to think about that when you see what occurs naturally in nature, like seeds and growing food and birthing babies and all of these beautiful things that come with life, how they're being co-opted and synthesized everywhere. And it just reminds you who runs the world, doesn't it? You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. Stay tuned, everybody. When we come back, I want to talk to you about castor oil. It's our health topic today. Stay tuned.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions. Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Where are all my farmers market peeps at? June 28th and June 29th is the Naturally Inspired Health Summit. We have tickets on sale right now. Just go to naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com. You can get general admission tickets. You can get VIP tickets. We're going to have 55 vendor booths. We're going to have 18 speakers. I am currently looking for farmers market producers. So if you know somebody in the Northern Colorado area, or heck, we have people coming in from Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska. So like, you don't even have to be from here. But if you want to come out and be a part of this fantastic community, last year we had over 2,000 people through. This year it's a 2-day event. We expect to, get at least to 3,000, if not 4,000 people throughout the weekend. It is a fantastic community event of like-minded people who are looking to connect to real solutions for health with food, with supplements, with information, all kinds of different things. They want to know what else is out there. And so if this sounds like something that you'd like to partake in, I have room for you, especially if you're a farmer's market person, you're a creator, you're a producer. Reach out to me, 720-303-8868. I'm happy to connect you. It's going to be a fantastic event. Again, visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com to get your tickets today. All right, let's talk castor oil. As a kid, castor oil kind of had like a devious connotation to it. The way I grew up, I don't know, maybe it did to you too, because this stuff could induce labor. But for some reason, I'm not quite sure why, but for some reason that was kind of like whispered about. Oh, she used the castor oil, I'm not sure why that was. Maybe people thought that you shouldn't use it to induce labor or something. But that's the only context I really knew of it until I, entered into the realm of natural health. And then I realized, oh my goodness, it has so many different uses. So what are the main benefits of castor oil? It aids in wound healing, relieving joint pain. Oh, especially if you add a little heat to the pack or to the castor oil. I just brought my daughter through a knee situation recently. Actually, she's a dancer, overuse of her knees, and she was experiencing a little bit of inflammation and pain, and she wasn't doing what I told her to do until it got real painful. And then she started doing what I told her to do. We hit it with, targeted turmeric. We hit it with castor oil pack. We hit it with red light therapy. I think it was about 5 days before it was gone. I mean, she's a baby. She's 19. These babies, they bounce back so fast. But nonetheless, it worked fantastic. So yes, for joint pain, managing temporary constipation. And it also offers impressive hydrating and moisturizing effects of the skin. It'll grow your eyebrows back. So if you're a victim of the 90s where you overplucked your eyebrows and whatnot, I've seen it do it. I've experienced it myself, and I have seen many ladies now. It's not going to give you Brooke Shields' 12-year-old eyebrows or anything, but you're going to see them fill in a little bit for sure. I've experienced it. So does it draw out toxins? This is a question that I get a lot of the times. What do I think about castor oil with drawing out toxins? I couldn't find any papers on it specifically. So all I have for you is anecdotal evidence. And I'll tell you, I've seen it do that. Specifically, I had I think it started as like an ingrown hair eyebrow right at the very edge of my eyebrow. And, it just felt like kind of, I couldn't express it. Nothing would come out. It was just like a hard type of pimple almost, it felt like. But I couldn't get it to express anything. And then when I started using castor oil, I think it was about 3 weeks of putting castor oil on it. And whatever that little, ingrown hair or whatever just came right out, just fell out. It was just gone, and it healed up, and there was, it was wonderful. So I've seen that many other things with acne as well. It seems counterintuitive to put oil on acne, right? But what it does tend to do is bring the infection to a head, and then you're able to express it, and then it's a wonderful healing agent. That's just in my experience. So. It is valued very highly in traditional medicine for its benefits of circulation. So it helps with circulation. Inflammation is fantastic with inflammation. I mean, I just told you about my daughter's knee, and it's a go-to thing for me. So it is. It's generally considered safe to consume in small doses. People use it for constipation and labor. Do your own research. I'm not giving medical advice here, but I have known many practitioners, especially practitioners that use castor oil packs for dysmenorrhea, which is, painful periods in women, and also for infertility. So, there's reasons, there's reasons why practitioners use these types of things. What else do you need to know about it? Let's see. It has wonderful anti-aging effects. So in addition to its numerous health benefits, there's a research paper in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology that found that topical application of castor oil helped treat hyperpigmentation. So those, spots that we get as we get older, especially dark circles around the eyes or any uneven skin tone. And it's just consistency, right? I will warn you, you put it on your face at night and put a put a pillowcase on that you don't care about, because it is very thick, it is very sticky, and it will stain your clothing for sure. As far as it promoting wound healing, castor oil has strong antimicrobial properties, which can prevent infections and promote wound healing. I will say, if you're looking to buy castor oil, purchase it in a glass jar or glass container, because, you know, the thing about this plastic is that we don't know how long this stuff sits on shelves in plastic. We don't know, you know, what it's exposed to if it gets hot while it's out in the truck or whatever. And so you want to buy a dark colored glass jar, and organic. You know, you want to stay away from any of that toxicity when you're trying to do something good for yourself. You know, especially you're trying to do something good for yourself, and then you get this plastic thing that's probably full of microplastics. Not a good idea. So massaging castor oil onto the scalp also may help promote hair growth due to its ability to increase blood circulation and support follicle function. So just a little bit of, you know, again, it's very sticky, so you want to be careful and you know, use it at the appropriate times and be able to wash it out and all that stuff. So, but it's been proven to improve blood circulation, and so that is the speculation on it being able to help you regrow hair. Castor oil packs are a little bit different. Again, you want to make sure if you're doing castor oil packs that the cotton that you use, you know, if you're using a pad or whatever, you want to make sure that it's not bleached, right? It's pure 100% organic cotton, because you don't want that stuff leaching into your body and creating more problems. So they're great for reducing discomfort and inflammation, especially for period pain. So if you know, you have young girls that are dealing with that, it's a great way to provide some relief for them. You just soak the 100% cotton, you know, soak it in there, get it really good, and they actually have some wonderful options that for castor oil packs now. They're pretty popular. Most people have heard of them by now. And you can soak the cloth and just put it inside, and it just wraps right around the lower abdomen, which is really helpful. What else do you need to know? It's generally beneficial and safe for most skin types. I would stay away from fragrance. You know, it does have kind of a earthy smell to it, especially the organic stuff. Does smell a little earthy, I guess I would describe it as. Some people, you know, think it smells disgusting. I don't think it's disgusting, but it does smell a little earthy, I would say. And so, you know, stay away from them unless you know that it's an essential oil, and that the essential oil is more medicinal than it is, you know, just for fragrance. Again, your skin is your largest organ, right? And it's highly absorbable. So you want to be careful about what you're using on your skin every day. There are not too many sensitivities or allergic reactions that I could find in when I was looking for this, studies on this. But certainly the best thing I always do, if I'm trying anything, like if I'm trying anything new on my kids or anything like that, I just put a little bit on the inside of the arm before I slather it all over their body or, you know, have them swallow it. That's a great litmus test to make sure that there's no allergy to it. You've been watching and listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. We'll be back Monday, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit naturallyinspiredhealthsummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.